It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
Hi, I'm Shaletta Brundage. I'm a media personality, podcaster, and a business owner. But my most important role is mom. 3 of my beautiful kids have been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. When I didn't know who to trust or where to turn, I found ACRA. ACRA provides home care services to families all over Minnesota. The care is not one size fits all. They know each one of my kids is unique. They listen to what resources we needed and what's best for our family. I've seen my kids grow and thrive with ACRA's in-home care. While autism is the most common diagnosis among ACRA clients, ACRA offers personalized in-home care services for people with disabilities, chronic illnesses, behavioral diagnosis, and mental illness. They work with children, adolescents, and older folks too. Find out more about ACRA at their website, acrahomecare.org. ACRA helps me provide my kids with a better quality of life. They can do it for your family too.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Financially Fit Podcast. I'm your host, Andre Creighton. I'm super excited to share my opinions and knowledge that have helped me begin my journey to becoming financially fit. I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I practice personal finance in my career. However, I have over a decade of experience as a tax accountant in various sectors, from practicing at a large CPA firm to working for one of the largest privately held corporations in the world, Cargill. Beyond those feats, I possess an MBA in finance. I'm a co-founder of TurnSignal and the CFO of a growing tech startup here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My belief is there is many transferable ideologies and strategies of running a successful business to running your personal finance. At the end of the day, we all are CFOs of our own business, our personal livelihood. In today's podcast, we're going to discuss the building blocks to becoming financially fit, whether you are a teenager working at a fast food restaurant, a college student figuring out your way, a college grad that's starting your first job, or an adult that's just trying to increase your wealth. This podcast is for you. My goal is to provide my opinions on a journey to becoming financially fit based on my personal experiences and years of working with high net worth individuals. At the end of this podcast, I hope that you leave with the knowledge to understand the current state of your finances so we can delve deeper into some strategies for the future state of becoming financially fit. But first, let me tell you a little story about my journey. Growing up, I lived in a household where my parents lived paycheck to paycheck for most of my childhood. Both of my parents were hard workers, but I did not grow up learning the intricacies of building finances and financial wealth, yet alone understanding what net worth meant. When I graduated from college, I got my first job and I was making $52,000 a year, which seemed like an abundance of money for a brand new college graduate and a 22-year-old. The first learning experience occurred when I went to the dealership and I purchased a 2013 Dodge Challenger. Yeah, that's right. I wanted the hot rod. I wanted to be rolling down the street looking fancy, right? So I go into the dealership and I'm looking at purchasing this brand new Dodge Challenger. It's a two-door. It's silver. It's sweet. It's pretty. It's everything that a 22-year-old would want. But what I didn't understand is at the time I owned a 2008 Grand Prix that was completely paid off, but I felt I needed that brand new hot rod. While I live with no regrets, I learned a key lesson uh, on why this was an unintelligent decision. I'll share more about that later in the podcast. But I want to delve into, many of you may have athletes, entertainers, or business professionals that you admire. For mine, it's LeBron James. LeBron James is everything that I view a successful business person would be. He's a athlete that performs at a high level. He has tons of investments, and you might wonder how a kid from a single family home in Akron, Ohio, can be worth have a net worth of over $1 billion to date. Yes, LeBron has multi-million dollar endorsements. He has a hefty NBA contract. He owns real estate properties. He's in other investments. But on the other end of that, there's also a lot of other famous people that have went bankrupt or they have negative net worth from their luxurious careers. One of the biggest factors of these different scenarios is understanding net worth or lack thereof. Now, I'm not telling you that by understanding net worth that you're going to be a billionaire or yet alone a millionaire. But what I am confident in telling you that is if you learn what net worth means, there's no doubt that you will have the tactics to being able to understand what it means to keep your money that you work so hard to earn. It's simple. Your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities, which equals your net worth. Much like a business, a CFO is always measuring their balance sheet consisting of assets and liabilities. And really what that is, it's a snapshot of what you own versus what you owe other people. Your assets are items like your savings account, your investments such as your 401k, your IRA, and personal property such as homes and vehicles that you own. Your liabilities are items like your home mortgage, your student loans or personal loans or credit card debt. The difference of these two equal your net worth, whether positive or negative. Some of you may have been silently, as I was saying that, calculating your net worth, and you're already spooked. I get it. I've been there because you realize that your net worth is negative. However, there should be some comfort in understanding that now you understand where your net worth is, right? I was reading an article in preparation for this podcast, and the Federal Reserve talked about how there's about 10.4% of Americans that have negative net worth, right? That's astounding, right? 33 million Americans have negative net worth. So you're not alone. But I'm going to talk to you about how we move forward and we start to put you on that path to being financially fit. Now, let's go back to my Dodge Challenger scenario from earlier in the podcast. The reason this was an unintelligent decision was because basically I had just negatively impacted my net worth right away. Let's dive a little bit deeper into that scenario. My Grand Prix was worth roughly $6,000 if I were to sell it, which was a $6,000 favorable asset on my balance sheet, right? I go and I purchase this Dodge Challenger for $30,000 and I receive $4,500 for my Grand Prix as a trade-in, right? Because I don't need two cars. I might as well get what I can for my Grand Prix. At least that was my thinking as a 22-year-old. So essentially, I took out a loan for $25,500 which immediately hit my liabilities side of my balance sheet. So as I delve into that a little more, when I look at that, as soon as I drove off that parking lot, my Dodge Challenger depreciated in value by 10%, dropping the value to $22,500. So, due to my unintelligent decision, I decreased my net worth by roughly $9,000 just by making that decision. $3,000 difference in the new car value versus what I owe on it, plus the $6,000 value of the money that I lost by selling the car that I owned and didn't have a loan on anymore. As I stated earlier, I have no regrets. I enjoyed my hot rod for 8 years. I looked pretty damn cool in my 20s rolling down the street with my buddies. But it was at the expense of me not valuing my net worth and my fitness journey to being financially stable and producing positive net worth. Now, you might be thinking, well, it's only $9,000 decline in net worth. Yes, you're right. That's true. But it impacted my cash flow, right? What I did not understand in that moment, that $500 that I'm paying per month on that loan was residual income that I was forfeiting right out the gate. So let's dig into that scenario, right? So I'm paying $500 on this auto loan for my Dodge Challenger. If I took that same $500 and put it into a savings account over the next 5 years, which was the duration of my loan, I'm sitting at $30,000 by the end of year 5 in my savings account. Or let's look at a different scenario. Let's say that I took that same $500 and invested in an investment vehicle that had a rate of return of 7% over the next 5 years. I would have accumulated roughly $34,500 by the end of year 5. It's astounding, right? So whenever you're making these decisions, what I really encourage you to do is really have an understanding of what your assets and your liabilities look like and how that purchase decision is going to impact that, whether it's positively or negatively, right? So today I encourage you to develop a simple spreadsheet in Excel that lists out your assets and lists out your liabilities. Some of those things that I talked about earlier in this podcast, your savings account dollars, your 401ks, if you own a home, what is the value of that home? On the liability side, how much do you own on that or owe on that home? And really get an understanding, are you in the red or are you in the green, right? On this next podcast, I will provide a template that will show you just how to calculate that if you do not know how to, and I'm willing to email that out to anyone that reaches out to me. I also encourage you to find a financial advisor that can truly help you get down the right path to financial success. I think there's this misconception around the cost to have a financial advisor. I've had a financial advisor since I was 22 years old. Unfortunately, I didn't consult with that financial advisor when I made that decision to purchase the Dodge Challenger. But there are lots of cheap routes you can go, whether that's an advisor at New York Life or Northwestern Mutual, and there are many others. But these are the couple that I use today to help me on my financially fit journey. The last thing I want to touch on is, if you have not heard of it, I encourage you to read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You can find this at your local bookstore, or you can download this on Audible. I have found that the lessons that I learned in this reading this book have truly been inspirational and helped me along my financial journey. And as I think about the things that I want to leave you with, as we kind of come to an end on our podcast today, one of my favorite quotes is from Marianne Williamson, and it's, "Our deepest fears are not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fears are that we are powerful beyond measure." I'm challenging you today to take control of your financial journey, and build the habits that will create wealth for you and your family. Because it's not about how much money you make, the power is in how much money you keep. Today, you have taken the first step in a lifelong journey to increasing your financial well being. I'm your host, Andre Creighton. Thank you for tuning in to the Financially Fit podcast. Peace and happiness, my friends. I look forward to seeing you again. Until next time.
When I walked across that stage at my high school graduation, I was excited, but confused about my next step. Then I walked through the doors at Doherty Family College. Doherty Family College is part of the University of St. Thomas. It's a 2-year college that lets you earn an associate's degree and puts you on a path to your bachelor's degree. Classes are small, so I have a personal relationship with professors committed to my success. Like the name says, they treat us like family. They call us scholars because they believe we could do anything we put our minds to. They set us up for excellence with free tutoring, and that's not the only thing that's free. Laptops, books, even breakfast and lunch, and bus fare. That's part of the package here at Doherty Family College. It's even free to apply. So do like I did. Go to dfc.stthomas.edu and set up a tour. We'd be excited to welcome you to our family here at Doherty Family College.
Whether I'm taking the bus or the light rail, I'm on board with Metro Transit. What would I do without my ride? I hope to never find out. Metro Transit is my ticket to get where I need to go. Uptown or downtown, city or suburbs, no hassle. It's my reliable, affordable way to get to work, run errands, visit friends, and then get back home to my neighborhood. With easy-to-pay fares, I just jump on board and relax while a professional does the driving. This is my time to listen to my music, catch up with my friends on social media, play a game or read, or just chill out and unwind on the way to my destination. But sharing the ride is also about being with folks from my community, headed to school, or traveling to their appointments, or out on the town. Traveling together, we make our road safer and create a healthier environment for everyone. Get on board with Metro Transit. It's your ride, too.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.